Hello, everyone. Welcome to West Nale Virus. My name's Caleb.
Yes.
Joining me is Josiah. As always, we make up the virus. Make sure you spread this virus by following us on Twitter and Instagram and TikTok at West Nale Virus. That's West Nale, not West Nile,
Virus.
not West Nale. What you're thinking, West Nale Nale Virus. We're also on YouTube, West Nale Virus. Today, we're talking transactions in the NFL.
Yes,
we have free agent signings and trades. We're going to run through them. We got quite a bit to talk about, but we'll move through them pretty quick, and we'll get reactions from the two of us, and let us know the transactions you are most looking forward to. If you're watching on YouTube, smash like, hit subscribe, and comment down below. All right, Josiah, you ready for this?
I am sure am.
Let's do free agents first.
Okay.
And then we'll do trades.
All right.
All right. So I got the free agents. Josiah, you got the trades. First off, Mitchell Trubisky, quarterback, to the Pittsburgh Steelers.
That's actually a pretty big signing because Mitchell Trubisky has looked way better. He looked terrible when he was the starting quarterback for the Bears, but
not sure if that's
years,
Coach Nagy or if that was Mitch himself. It's going to be fun with Ben Roethlisberger retiring. Trubisky's got a really good shot at starting for the Steelers.
No juju.
Yeah, we'll get there. Miles
Got to get
Jack.
rid of Claypool. No.
Yeah.
Miles Jack.
Yikes. Miles Jack, defensive player for he was linebacker for the Jacksonville Jaguars, who's arguably one of their better defensive players. He is also going to the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Wow.
Known for their defense, they're beefing it up a little bit.
Yes, they are.
All right. New York Jets, that dumpster fire of an organization ever since Adam Gase left.
Did they sign someone?
They signed CJ Uzomah at tight end.
Oh, that's right. I heard about that. That'll be an interesting. That'll be interesting.
Yeah, it's not a huge signing, but a weapon for Zach Wilson.
Yeah,
don't know if it's
he needs him.
Not an amazing weapon, but he's
a shield.
Yeah. New York Giants. We're not going through every free agent. We're going through the more
the bigger ones,
notable
bigger
ones,
name ones.
New York Giants have signed Tyrod Taylor. So they have Daniel Jones.
Yes. So now if they draft a rookie quarterback this year, he's going to be amazing. So,
yes. And if he takes the starting job away from Daniel Jones, does the Tyrod curse then transfer over to Daniel Jones, and then Daniel Jones will be thrown back in and then he gets
traded around, and everywhere he goes, the rookies do really.
You're talking about the curse leaving Tyrod and going to Daniel Jones. I'm talking about the curse continuing with Tyrod Taylor. And
Daniel Jones getting better.
Yes.
Maybe, but he's not a rookie.
That's true.
So
they got to draft a quarterback then.
They need to draft a quarterback.
Pay attention to who the Giants draft this year.
Yes. And free agent signings.
Yes. The Dolphins signed, or a lot of these are re-signings as well. Raheem Mostert, running back. So now they have Myles Gaskin and Raheem Mostert, as far as I know.
Yes, I believe they re-signed Myles Gaskin as well.
Mm-hmm. Raiders, big signing, Chandler Jones. I believe he's listed as a linebacker, but he does some pass rushing off the edge, kind of like a 3-4 linebacker. I'm really happy about this as a Raiders fan. Max Crosby and Chandler Jones, going to be scary.
That's big. It's even bigger since they traded away. Well, never mind.
Yeah. Well, the AFC West is scary. And so we have to bolster our defense, and that Chandler Jones signing I'm very excited for. Go to the NFC West now. The Rams signed wide receiver Allen Robinson. Now is the time where next year is the time that everyone is going to see the greatness of Allen Robinson. He finally has a quarterback.
So do you think they keep OBJ?
It's going to be interesting. But they're definitely keeping Cooper Kupp.
Well, obviously, it'd be stupid not to.
He's hurt. They're not going to have OBJ for a lot of the season.
Well,
Anyways.
he should be back by the beginning of the season. I mean, right?
I don't know. Well,
it depends.
Yeah.
I've seen some people recover from an ACL tear in
a few months,
and some people it takes them,
a year and a half,
over a year. So, so we'll just see.
The Chargers have signed JC Jackson, and they have Derwin James. And who's their other corner? I forget, but their defense is going to be great. Again, that scares me. The Jaguars made a lot of moves this offseason. Yeah. They signed wide receiver Christian Kirk and another wide receiver, Zay Jones from the Raiders. What do you think about those two signings? Because they had DJ Chark, they had Laviska Shenault, who I thought, and they had Marvin Jones. And I think that those are good wide receivers.
I think those are good enough wide receivers. Obviously the Jaguars are not, there's no way they're going to be making a run at the Super Bowl this year. They might, make it to middling.
Did they get better by signing Christian Kirk and Zay Jones?
I don't think so. I don't think they got any better.
Me.
It doesn't make any sense to me. In fact, I would rather have Laviska Shenault. Laviska Shenault was very much a two-way running back wide receiver, Deebo Samuel type player. Maybe not as talented as Deebo Samuel, but he did the same sort of things. I don't understand why they would get rid of him in favor of Christian Kirk, who, if I'm being honest, I have not seen a lot from. I mean, what has he been so far in his career? He was the backup to DeAndre Hopkins and didn't do that well at it. Then he went to, where was he last year? Was he still on the Cardinals?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
See, I don't even know. He has not done anything.
Yeah, he's been a deep threat, but that's about it. I don't know if the Jaguars got better at the
there's 100 deep threats
by
you
signing
sign.
those guys.
Don't they have Chris Conley still? He's a deep threat.
No, Chris Conley was at the Texans last year.
Oh, okay.
The Jaguars did get better on the offensive line. They signed Brandon Scherf, guard from the Washington Commanders. Yuck. But he's arguably one of the best guards in the NFL, and they need that. They also signed Evan Ingram, tight end from New York Giants. Very athletic. I think they got better at that position with that signing. So at guard and at tight end, they got better. But at
wide receiver, honestly, I don't know if they got better, stayed the same, or got worse.
I think they stayed the same.
I'd say pretty much. And they're paying a lot more money for it.
Mm-hmm.
So
Bengals, because the Jets signed CJ Uzomah, the Bengals signed Hayden Hurst, who I was very high on coming out of college, but he hasn't made a big name for himself in the NFL.
No, he has not yet.
Panthers signed Rashard Higgins. I don't know if that's, and they re-signed DJ Moore.
Okay.
So there are more wide receiver transactions going on. There's a lot of wide receivers moving around. I mean, as usual, but this draft class is very good. And that's why it surprises me this year with a lot of teams moving around to get wide receivers in free agency and even trades when there's a very good wide receiver draft class. I don't get it.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah, that is true. This is an amazing draft class for wide receivers. And a lot of people are acquiring wide receivers in trades. Mm-hmm. Big blockbuster trades, even some of them.
The Buffalo Bills signed Von Miller right after he won a Super Bowl with the Rams. I don't know why he did that.
I don't know why he left the Rams. That seems, I mean,
don't know
they
if they
obviously
pay him.
Probably not, but
Bills also signed OJ Howard, tied in. I think that's very good. Very good signing.
Yeah, I think it's not a bad one.
I think they upgraded, for sure. The Bills also cut Cole Beasley. Not a fan of that. Should not have done that.
He was a good wide receiver, and he was fun to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Ah,
Raiders.
my eyes bothering me.
It's a screens. Too much screen, man.
Probably.
Raiders signed Amir Abdullah, running back. I don't know how I feel about this. Raiders always do this. They always sign a running back or a wide receiver, and you're kind of like, what?
Amir Abdullah does not barely even play football anymore. The guy's like, isn't he like 35 or
I
something?
don't know. I don't know. We'll see if he makes the team. He's probably their third down back, but we have third down backs that are just fine.
Oh no, he's 28, so he's not even 30 yet. He just doesn't do anything yet. I mean, he just hasn't done anything in years. I figured he was just really old.
Chiefs signed, like you said, Josiah, Juju Smith-Schuster. That's a big one. So now they have Tyreek Hill and Juju and Travis Kelce. A lot of weapons there.
And Sammy Watkins and Mecole Hardman and
it'll be.
They got a few.
Do they have Mecole Hardman? Did he resign?
I think.
Okay. Because Byron Pringle, who was a wide receiver at the Chiefs, went to the Bears, along with Equiminius St. Brown. So Bears making moves to get wide receivers as well.
That's interesting.
Mm-hmm. The Broncos signed D lineman.
They don't have Sammy Watkins. They do still have Mecole Hardman. They do not have Sammy Watkins.
Broncos signed Cowboys D lineman Randy Gregory.
Okay.
I guess that's okay. It's one of the bigger free agent signings, but he might be overrated just a little bit. Cowboys fans, I don't know if they'll like hearing that, but maybe they might think the same thing. I don't know. We'll see.
We shall see.
Cowboys re-sign Leighton Vander Esch. Very smart. Now
yes, that would have been if they had let him. If they had let him get away, that would have been really dumb.
I mentioned Panthers re-signed DJ Moore. Damian Williams, he was running back for the Chiefs for a while. He signed with the Falcons. Falcons need running backs. I don't think they've had.
Falcons need everything,
yeah,
including a quarterback. I'm sorry, Matt Ryan. You're too old or something. You're not good anymore.
He needs to go to a team that can win now because he doesn't have very many.
He's not got a lot of good years left. No.
All right, so that's it for free agents. Let us know your favorite free agent signings. If we missed one, let us know.
And also, if there's any, free agents you think should go to a certain team, let us know.
Yeah.
Because, for instance, Dante Hightower, he's a free agent. Jamie Collins is still a free agent. And Jawan Bentley, all from the Patriots, all linebackers from the Patriots. Jameis
Winston is still a free agent, but he's probably going to re-sign with the Saints.
I would assume.
99% sure he's going to re-sign.
Especially now that Deshaun Watson isn't going there. So,
yeah.
But that being said, trades. So speaking of Patriots defensive players, first one I'll go over is the Browns and the Patriots traded. The Browns acquired defensive end Chase Winovich. Okay. And the Patriots acquired linebacker Mac Wilson. They do technically play the same position, but the Patriots are obviously looking for a more coverage linebacker. He's more off the ball guy, Mac Wilson is, than Chase Winovich.
He's a 3-4 linebacker,
traditional edge rusher.
Yeah. Who wins that trade? Who do you think won that trade?
Patriots, to me.
Yes.
I definitely think the Patriots won that trade, but we shall see. Maybe the Browns can re-up Chase Winovich. Mm-hmm. I hope so. The Browns also acquired Amari Cooper and a 6th round pick, while the Cowboys got a 5th round pick and a 6th round pick. So they swapped 6ths and then basically traded Amari Cooper for a 5th round pick.
How do you feel about that?
I don't love it, especially considering the Cowboys gave up a 1st round pick to get Amari Cooper. What was it? 2 years ago?
Yeah.
1 year ago? Yeah. I don't love that trade. on the side of the Cowboys. On the side of the Browns, hey, you got a pretty good wideout for a 5th round pick. So good job. I'm not sure what the Cowboys are doing.
Well, it's interesting because when he was on the Raiders, he was trash. He dropped everything. Then he went to the Cowboys. He was decent. And now, obviously, the Cowboys are telling us CeeDee Lamb is our guy. We like Michael Gallup.
Yes.
I'm assuming Amari Cooper. What are you okay?
Yeah, my eyes are watering. I don't know why.
I'm assuming Amari Cooper wanted a lot of money, and they can't
Probably.
afford him.
Yeah, they probably just couldn't resign.
So they're
him.
just trying to get rid of him.
Zeke's fault.
But if the best offer you had was a 5th round pick, that tells you a lot of what teams think about Amari Cooper.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe teams aren't very high on Amari Cooper anymore.
And with everything going on with Baker Mayfield, it's going to be interesting to see who's throwing him the ball.
Well, we know who's throwing him the ball.
Oh, duh.
Browns got Deshaun Watson.
Fail.
Browns got Deshaun Watson and a 5th round pick. Texans got a 2022 round 1 pick and a 2023 round 1 pick and a 2024 round 1 pick, as well as a 2023 round 3 and a 2024 round 4. So 3 firsts, a 3rd, and a 4th for Deshaun and a 5th. So Texans are acquiring picks, which is what they should be doing. They're terrible.
I don't think Deshaun wanted to play there anymore either.
No, I don't think so either. But if I were the Texans right now, I would trade away like all my players for like as many picks in the future as I could. Like get as many 1st round picks in like 2024 as possible.
You know what this reminds me of?
What?
This reminds me of when the Texans first came into the league. They're starting all over again.
They really are
getting all these picks.
Well, if I were them, that's what I'd try and do is get a bunch of picks. And then if I can draft a good player or two in the next year, if in this upcoming draft or whatever, if you can get a couple of good picks, in the next year or two, then either use those picks to trade for good older players to build around that young player, or just keep picking, see if you can do. I'd probably use them to trade though, because draft picks carry a lot of trade value. So
I don't trust Texans front office.
I don't either.
They're not going to be good for a while unless something changes.
No, I'd have to agree. But that is how I would work on it.
Who wins the trade?
Who wins the trade? Honestly, I think it was a good trade for both teams because the Texans weren't going to get Deshaun Watson to play. Browns needed a new quarterback, in my opinion. They didn't necessarily need round 1 picks. The Browns already have a ton of skill on their team.
Yeah.
I think a lot of their issue has been either coaching or I don't know, maybe it was quarterback play. Guess we'll have to see.
Yeah. I think this was equal. I think both teams won this trade.
Yep. Agreed. Now, another big trade. The Broncos acquired Russell Wilson and a 4th round pick in exchange for the Seahawks getting 2 1st round picks, 2 2nd round picks, a 5th round pick, Drew Lock, Noah Fant, and defensive tackle Shelby Harris.
And that 1st round is this year, next year. The 2nd round is this year, next year. And the 5th round is this year.
Okay. There you go. So basically the Broncos have no draft picks anymore. Broncos got Russell Wilson and a 4th. Seahawks got 2 firsts, 2 seconds, a 5th. Drew Lock, Noah Fant, defensive tackle Shelby Harris.
Who wins?
Honestly, I feel like the Seahawks might win that, but I feel like the Seahawks, in order to win that, need to get rid of Pete Carroll.
Really?
I think his time is up.
Okay.
I think his time is up. I think it's time for them to go a new direction. It's going to be a gamble to get rid of him, and I understand that, especially at a time with so many first round picks. If you get a real dumb coach, give him too much power, but just don't do that.
I think, golly, it depends on how, of course, everything depends on where all these draft picks go. And it's for all these trades. Right? What do they do? And I think if the Seattle Seahawks draft good O linemen, then they win the trade.
Yeah. Yeah. If they get 2 solid O linemen from those first rounders or second rounders, they win.
Yeah. The Broncos.
The Broncos, though, they do need
much other than their picks. But we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. We'll just have to see. But here we go. We got 2 different. We got 2 trades from the same team. First one is the bigger one. The Raiders got Davante Adams, while the Packers got a first-round pick and a second-round pick.
I love this trade. Obviously,
yeah. Who do you think won this trade?
Oh, Raiders, and it's not even close. I can't believe we only gave up our first round and second round. That is unbelievable.
I do agree that the Raiders won that trade, and I don't think it was particularly close. If I were the Raiders, honestly, at this point, unless there's some big sleeper guy they're looking to draft in later rounds, I'd try and trade as many of my picks away for like a round up next year. So like when it gets to their trade, be like, hey, we'll give you this pick, anyone for a second rounder next year.
I think we should go in for some veteran linemen and some defensive players.
Yeah, that'd be good. Get rid of your third and your fourth, your fifth.
Yeah, just start trading away all our draft picks this year. Don't
worry about the draft. You don't even need to prepare for it this year if you don't have any picks. And then
I'm really excited to see if we blow our first. Well, this is what I'm really excited for us not blowing our first round draft pick this year because we won't have one.
So. Yes, true. You can't screw it up if you don't have it.
All right, what's the next one? He's the best wide receiver in the league, Davante Adams. And I'm a Fresno State guy, so and a Raider guy. This is like even people who
don't think Davante Adams is the best wide receiver in the league can't deny that he's at least top 3. So, so there you go. Yeah, I think Raiders won that trade as well. That was a big old trade. Raiders also acquired cornerback Rock Ya-Sin, 25 years old, in exchange for the Colts getting Yannick Ngakoue.
I'm okay with this trade because we acquired Chandler Jones. I'm okay with it.
Yes. Yannick
Actually, I'm really happy about it.
26. I think this is a good trade as well. Yeah. If they knew they were getting Chandler Jones, I think getting upgrading in the secondary is a good idea.
With Damon Arnett gone. And I think Rock Ya-Sin is better than Damon Arnett. Why did we pick him in the first round? I don't know.
Yeah, both these trades, interestingly enough, both these trades were replacements for their jailbird team losses.
Yep. This is what we have to do. And I am totally I'm sad that they're both struggling with that, with our picks, because I don't want anyone to have to struggle with that stuff. But the Raiders got better. So
they did. That is true. I mean, no one's going to deny. I don't even think he would deny that Davante Adams is better than Henry Ruggs. And Rock Ya-Sin, Damon Arnett, to be honest, I couldn't tell you who's better, but at the moment,
Rock Ya-Sin is way better.
I believe it. I definitely believe it.
Free agent signing that went down. Cowboys signed wide receiver James Washington.
Oh, wow.
I like that.
Yeah, that is pretty interesting. I like that too, though. All right. Now, next trade, Chargers get former Raiders player Khalil Mack, and the Bears get a 3rd-round pick and a 2nd-round pick. the second round picks in 2022, the third round picks in 2023.
Did you say third round pick or sixth round pick?
Third?
Okay. I'm reading sixth round in 2023. I don't know though. Third round sounds more like it. I don't know.
What did they originally get for, or what did they originally give for Khalil Mack?
The Bears, I don't remember.
I know there was a first
rounder. So, the Raiders actually look good with these former Raiders being traded away and Khalil Mack and Amari Cooper.
Yeah.
Because the other teams are not getting what they gave them. Granted, the Raiders are also trading.
Oh, it looks like it was a sixth round pick.
Okay. Yeah, it's a 2023 sixth round pick. But the Raiders are also trading what they got from those teams right now. So
yeah, it's true.
Everything's around Amari Cooper and Khalil Mack. It's still going on right now.
That's crazy.
It's still affecting the league.
Who won this trade, though, to you? A second round and a sixth round, or Khalil Mack?
I think the Chargers won this trade because they have Bosa. He's going to attract a lot of attention, and I think Khalil Mack has a little comeback year.
I think that's a good prediction. Khalil Mack and Joey Bosa, that is a absolutely terrifying duo of defensive ends, especially in Khalil Mack's heyday. And yeah, I think if he can, I don't know why. It seems like he's been missing a step the past year or two. But if he can,
he was getting double teamed every snap. There was nobody on the Bears D line.
Nobody on the Bears defense at all. So if he can, play like he used to,
take advantage.
Him and Joey Bosa are gonna absolutely wreck house.
Yeah, that's why I think the Raiders and everybody in the AFC West just needs to draft O linemen. Just start drafting O linemen or trading picks away for good O linemen.
Yeah,
because it's going to be scary.
Now, moving on to the Washington football team. Washington.
It's the Commanders now, but
nope, it's not. It's Washington. I'm just calling them Washington. Washington gets Carson Wentz and a 7th round pick, while the Colts get a 2022 third round pick and a 2023 third round pick. But the 2023 third round pick will convert to a second round pick based on Carson Wentz's snap total. Mm-hmm. They also swapped second round picks. Mm-hmm. Honestly, to me, the Colts won this trade. I don't see any value in acquiring Carson Wentz. I don't know why you do it at this point.
Well, the Washington didn't have a quarterback, and I think that's why they did it. They didn't have a big name quarterback or someone that they had history of being a good quarterback.
Right.
And granted, look at Carson Wentz. Everyone talks about he had one like MVP worthy season, but he got injured and he never won the Super Bowl. Nick Foles won the Super Bowl.
No, he did not win the Super Bowl. Yeah, exactly. Nick Foles did.
He won every game in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So I have never really been high on Carson Wentz. He holds the ball for way too long. I think Indy won this trade.
I agree. I think the Colts won it. I'm not high on Carson Wentz.
And
last
Washington
trade, though,
got rid of their all-star guard, all-pro guard. So good luck, Carson Wentz.
Yeah. Last trade, though. Last big trade. There is one other trade I believe we didn't.
Yeah, there's a few other trades, but they're not too huge.
Last big trade. Buccaneers acquired offensive guard Shaq Mason, and the Patriots got a 5th round pick. And why is this big? Well, getting Brady more offensive linemen is always a good idea.
And one of his old offensive linemen.
And not just, an offensive lineman, it's one of his old guys. So
for a 5th rounder, I think this trade came straight from Tom.
Yeah.
So,
agreed.
And anything that comes straight from Tom, I'm going to say that they won. It's a good idea. I think the Buccaneers won this.
I think I'm going to have to agree with you on that. Oh,
and that's going to do it. That's everything, right?
That is everything.
that's all the transactions that we thought were worthy of being mentioned.
Yes.
If we missed one and you think it's worthy of being mentioned, comment down below on YouTube or go over to TikTok, Instagram, or Twitter at West Nale Virus and let us know. Tell your friends about West Nile virus. Spread the virus. This is the only virus worth spreading, by the way.
Yes. Don't spread other viruses. They're bad.
Yes. All right. Anything else, Josiah?
Yes.
You could check out our other episodes. We picked one jersey from each team, and we went back and reacted to our awards, NFL preseason predictions.
Yes.
That one was
which we
pretty
will do
goofy.
again this year.
Yes. Thank you, everybody, for listening.
Peace out.